Ballista Sting, Lost Instigator obviously don't have that issue, which is why one of the earlier versions of this deck was on the top end instead of being Titan Carnosaur was uh, Impending Doom and Umbran Reaper, because those are double shadow, triple shadow. So you really just needed double time for Dawnwalker, and you just play that as like a 5-drop with Xenon Initiation. They've gone away from that just because you want to up the overall card quality of your deck for certain matchups, but it does lead to these influence issues that we just saw.
Yeah, and there's also just a lot of there's a lot of answers out there to Impending Doom and
Right.
to Umbran Reaper right now, so they're not in the greatest place. But
Yep.
here we are underway, and we have a pretty fast start from Unearthly, but this time looks like Ace is going to actually be able to counter it.
Yeah. And Ace has an interesting choice here because he can trade Instigator with Unearthly's Instigator before it gets any bigger, but it means he can't play Banner undepleted. I think you're okay with that though, because you can still go Instigator into Monument next turn anyways. I think that's just a good line of play for you. And yeah, we see Ace make that block. Because I think playing Instigator is just as good as playing Interrogator next turn.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you, and Ace is going to agree with you, so I
Yeah.
think it's the right play.
There is the downside that you could draw Ion off the top, I suppose, but that is a risk you take. And it's still, even if this Instigator dies here to a Runehammer, this is what we were talking about before with Runehammer on the play being huge. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
Lights Out Ace will still be able to just hold up Ion or play Interrogator next turn, but Unearthly's bringing the pressure right now for sure. And ooh, Varus Favor off the top. Is that better than just holding up Interrogator here? Or,
Yeah, it's a
I mean, Ion here.
Ion. Yeah, that's an interesting question because Varus Favor is not something you have so many ways to deal with Runehammer. You don't really want to blow a Varus Favor dealing 1 damage to a Runehammer. There's lots of Aegises to be popped.
Mm-hmm.
But in this situation, it's just super awkward. And he ultimately decides he'd rather just play the Titan next turn and be done with it and save this Varus Favor for a Bard or something. But he's going to get punished here by the Sabotage.
Yep, Sabotage takes Varus Favor, but again, Unearthly won't see the rest of the hand. Doesn't know what else is going on. Just knows there's no banish, there's no other kind of spells. It's all units, and Unearthly sees the pause on that attack, so he's going to figure out that there's an Ion here. There's nothing Unearthly can do about it. He has no other units in hand, and he's already swung with his 3/3. So Lights Out Ace will be in the clear here to play down Ion and try and get ahead on this race. And Unearthly's just hoping to find a weapon to put on this flyer to back up with Protect. But of course, Lights Out Ace is going to have Titan and Carnosaur coming soon, and a Varus Favor off the top.
Yeah, absolutely. The Titan is going to be answered by this Annihilate, but the Carnosaur, once it comes down, Unearthly is going to have a lot of trouble. He needs to get this Tinker Overseer out of range of Carnosaur quickly,
Nice.
and he also needs to deal with the 3 life gain that Ace has every turn.
Lights Out Ace maybe sniffing out Annihilate here, opts to just go Varus Favor into Interrogator. Of course, and Unearthly does not want to use Annihilate on this Interrogator, but getting that Annihilate out of hand is going to be key for Lights Out Ace here, as it counters Carnosaur, it counters Xenon Initiation, and you're going to need those to deal with this Bart that just came down from Unearthly. Of course, both of these evasive units, not huge threats until they get a weapon on. So this isn't a must-answer thing yet, but I think we're going to see the Annihilate come out on this Titan now.
Yeah, and that's actually really, really smart play from Ace. Like you were saying, he gets to sneak in an extra 4 damage and be even further ahead on this race by playing the Interrogator first.
Mm-hmm. And that Dark Return off the top, a pretty nice draw. Means he could Dark Return Titan here, but we'll see if he opts to go for a Carnosaur on one of these units instead, especially because then you can just Dark Return Carnosaur. Unearthly drew another Annihilate off the top, so this race is going to be close. That 3 lifesteal from Ion has been huge.
Yeah, absolutely. And you say it's close, but
it's
not. Unearthly's dead next turn, right?
Yeah.
So Ace plays the Carnosaur here, gets annihilated, but then Unearthly has to sit back to block, and Ace can just play Carnosaur again.
Yeah, this is going to come down to, is Unearthly going to keep drawing hot off the top, right? Is Unearthly going to draw a weapon off the top that could win him this race? Is he going to draw a Tavern off the top that can block here or something like that, right? So if Unearthly whiffs on this draw step, it's not looking good for him. But we'll see how it plays out as the Annihilate comes out on this Carnosaur.
Yeah, and Annihilate showing why it's super good in this matchup multiple times.
Yeah, could you imagine if those Annihilates were Vanquishes? This would be awful for Unearthly.
Yeah, it would not have been close.
Yeah. So that fast speed being a huge key there, letting him hold it up and protect and take out these killer effects. So here we go. The draw for turn is Instigator, so not a total whiff, but not incredible. Meanwhile, Lights Out Ace finds another Ion, and we'll see what goes here. Double blocks are out, so Lights Out Ace has a lot of options here. Could Dark Return the Interrogator and start digging into the deck, could just hold up Ion. Could Dark Return like a Titan or a Carnosaur? I kind of like Dark Return, Carnosaur, hold up Ion here.
Yeah, it seems to be the most tempo efficient line. It does telegraph your next turn, but even if Unearthly knows, there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah, Unearthly basically would have to draw another Annihilate off the top to play around this, right? But we'll see what Lights Out Ace goes for here. And yeah, that's what he lands on. Gets that Carnosaur, kind of preloads it for next turn, holds up the Ion here. Unearthly knows that Lights Out Ace has a 7/7 Predatory Carnosaur in hand. It's not much he can do about it, though.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to see Ion come down probably here. And Unearthly, the draw for the turn was Runehammer, which is really awkward here because of Ambush. Wow.
Yep. So now Unearthly is debating, like, do I hit in for 4 here with this Runehammer, or do I save it for something else? So at least we'll be able to take out the Ion after it gets 1 hit in, but Unearthly's this Protect was great in the other game. Not so great here when your opponent's really just been using killer effects to take you out. Yeah, Unearthly passes up on the hammer. Lights Out Ace finds a Banish, but we're not going to be seeing that come out anytime soon. And that'll just give Protect something to do when it does come out. And I think we'll see the Carnosaur just munch on this Bart here.
Yeah, as much as, Banish hitting a Runehammer would be cute, there's no way he knows it's there, and it's still just, I'd rather play a 7/7.
Yeah. Take out the Bart. Don't let it get a weapon. Unearthly, I don't know what he can draw here to really get out of it. But we'll see what comes off the top of the deck as he's staring down a 3/3 and a 7/7, and yeah, scoops it up. Argenport Instigator not getting the job done.
Yep, and that'll be 2-1 for Lights Out Ace.
Yep. So we did think that Xenon was favored in that match, and it kind of played out that way. Could just get a little better board presence. Predatory Carnosaur showing off how strong it can be in this matchup. Bartolo can be a nuisance to deal with, but not when your big units come with killer attached to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Ace just did a really good job predicting and preparing for Unearthly in this matchup. The question is, how will he do as he goes on? And Unearthly is not out of the tournament, right? Argenport's still a very strong deck. He can make his way through the losers bracket. Losing one bad matchup 2-1 is not that big of a deal.
Yeah, the problem here is it is a double elimination tournament. You're in the losers bracket round 1. He cannot lose again for the rest of the tournament, but players have made long runs through the losers bracket into the top before. I know I have as well. I've done those crazy 5 or 6 straight wins in the losers bracket. It's doable, but everybody's kind of gunning for Argenport, so it's tough to be going through that bracket with a target on your back. But if anybody can pull it off, it's Unearthly. So I'm not too worried about that. We'll certainly keep tabs as the next round, I believe, will be let's see
here. Losers bracket round 1, I think.
Yeah, let's just check out the rest of the results for this round, and then we'll go into losers bracket round 1 will be next. But let's get into the bracket results here. Again, Lights Out Ace advancing into winners bracket round 2, so we'll be seeing more of that in 2 rounds, right? We're going round by round coverage. So losers bracket, or maybe the bracket of alternative winners, if you want to call it that, round 1 will be next.
Oh my goodness.
I believe that's how Lights Out Ace likes to call it. But yeah, let's break down the results. Kamado takes out Tear Drinker 2-0 to move on. Bruised by God over Pupicitus. Hythar advances over Danibor, so that I believe Danibor was on a pretty interesting found list with 3 Reina Frogs main deck. Really going deep there. Tony G takes out Manu S. So, Tony G versus Hythar next round. There's some big names in this tournament, turns out. Defter 2-0 over Crizalio. Tatsumaki over Komodo. Tatsumaki, our only Chalice player. So Chalice still in the winner's bracket right now. Darkness takes out Gate Monster. Turns out Jito Queen is pretty good against 3 faction Heart of the Vault Cerso decks. Serb advances over level 13 David. Lights Out Ace we just saw take out Unearthly. Child Roland did beat Ilya, so Child Roland versus Lights Out Ace will be the next matchup in our so-called group of death. Mobius advances over Ski J. Moosh 2-0 over Lunex. Buckwheat on the Lone Skycrag deck of the tournament loses to Viserius. Grimfan beats up on Flash 2-0, Taboo over Lothus, and Thundershot 2-0 over Paradox. So those are our round one results, and we'll be moving into losers bracket round one coverage after this short break.